Growing up on a farm in Graves County is probably my richest resource. Of course, it was a place I wanted to get away from when I ran away from home to the University of Kentucky. But in later years, it was the anchor, my place. And I was able to roam the world as long as I knew that was there.
Bobbie Ann speaks with the voice of Kentucky at a particularly crucial time in the history of Kentucky when traditional farm ways and traditional community life is giving way to new ways that are ushered in by technological developments.
Popular culture is at the heart of Bobbie's interest. With her abiding knowledge of and affection for Kentucky, those two forces come together in Bobbie in a way that I think they do not for anyone else. She was immediately famous for her first story and following stories there in the New Yorker. And she had touched a nerve in the culture.
There were many years between graduating from college and getting published in the New Yorker. My first story was the 20th I sent in. Roger Angell, the fiction editor there, took an interest in my work and encouraged me, and I started writing stories hand over fist and sending them in and getting them back with encouraging notes. And it was a validation. It affirmed what I wanted to do and how I wanted to be regarded. He was saying, "You are a writer."
Her stories are wry and subtle and nuanced, and they seem to be plain and uncomplicated, but they're full of mysteries and the unknowable in the best sense.
I think I write because it's something that I do by myself in a corner without having to talk. My grandmother taught me quilt piecing, and I think a lot of my work derives from that fixation with solving a puzzle or putting the pieces together, and words came in handy.
The detail she chooses to show you is always exactly the one that tells you the most about the character and the situation.
She makes us feel with all our senses what her characters are, seeing, hearing, tasting, and feeling. To me, that's the heart of the craft of fiction.
For me, the details are everything. I don't know what the whole thing is or the essence of the character is without the details.
Her characters watch TV and have discussions about what they've seen.
Unlike myself, she does her homework. You know, I tend to make stuff up but Bobbie will go find out about it.
I usually leap in over my head, and I figure I'll get out somehow. And my most recent novel, The Girl in the Blue Beret, I'm writing about a bomber pilot in World War II, the French resistance. It was in France, and the people spoke French. So what was I thinking? I figured I'd get out somehow.